Meghan is constantly receiving criticism from famous and influential people. From the animated series South Park, Joe Coy's Joke, and so many others. And now Amala Ekpunobi. It seems like Meghan is gradually being eliminated from the entertainment industry. And this is also the topic I want to discuss in this video. If you are constantly criticized by many people, it proves that you are in trouble. It seems like Meghan didn't realize this sooner, or she realized but didn't want to change. You know, she's a narcissist after all. Too many people have come out to criticize her despicable tactics. Recently, Amala Ekpunobi made brilliant and spot-on statements. She tells Piers Morgan how she thinks America has received Meghan's race baiting and her perpetual victimhood. And howdy sinners, and welcome back to the Royal News 365 channel. I am very impressed with this quote by Amala. What Meghan Markle carried with her was an idea of perpetual victimhood. She also openly expressed her dislike for Meghan's victim relationships. Meghan claims that, before meeting Harry, she had never experienced treatment commensurate with a black lady. What does that mean exactly? She now wants to portray herself as history's most mistreated person. This is actually not even true. I know that Meghan participated in some sort of a campaign against racism in 2012, where she claimed to be treated differently after she left Los Angeles. Like at least choose your lies smarter. Were you never treated like a black woman until you started to date the drug prince and still participated in a campaign where you claim to have been treated differently because of your race? How disgusting can she actually be to use the racism card whenever it benefits her and make a joke about an extremely important movement? That's the thing about lying. You always need to remember what you lied about previously to try to keep it all straight. Something Meghan doesn't do too well. She also claimed the thing happened after her Suits character's father appeared on the show, and he was a black man. That's 3 times she used this trick. Sometimes it isn't about how someone looks, but how they behave. I believe if there is anything that causes Meghan to be hated and criticized, it is because of her vile actions and lies. No one discriminated against her skin color or race, and she uses her mixed race to accuse others and seek sympathy. No one knew about Meghan Markle's race until it was shoved down everyone's throats. She wasn't treated poorly because of her race. She was given more of the benefit of the doubt because of her race. It has everything to do with her toxic, destructive narcissism. Meghan was hiding her horrid ghoul behavior by accusing anyone and everyone of racism against her. She took advantage of the political and social climate of the time. Now that climate has worn off a bit, and a lot of people who were fooled at the time now realize how manipulative she and Harry were being. I will support anyone, no matter how bad their character is, if they truly support a meaningful movement to help others. Because in the end, each person has a personality, and no one must please others. But Meghan only took advantage of movements to promote herself, which is what I want to criticize. She could have chosen to build something from the ground and actually help women. She could have built a non-governmental organization where she supports homeless women so they can find a job to get out of the streets, be it by helping to make them look neat or by giving them the chance to visit training for other jobs. As someone who apparently loves fashion, she could have supported the make them look neat part. Something like this would have given them so much positive press. As well, the press could have compared them to Diana. But no, she rather complains. She's too freaking lazy to help anyone else. All of her feminist word salad is just her arguing for her importance. She has nothing but contempt for other women, and I think that includes her mother. If you remember that look, she gave Doria when Doria interrupted her in that documentary of theirs. And speaking of her race, I will tell you honestly that I am a supporter of diversity and equality. I have no prejudices. I never really wondered or gave a single thought about her race. Didn't matter to me. Mediterranean? Italian? Biracial? I honestly had no idea or care, and when she identified as black, I was surprised, but still didn't care one way or the other. When I did find her offensive was after her words and deeds, particularly sickening after her sudden heavy bronzer after the charges of racism. There are true victims of racism and abuse. Yet, she cries wolf. It diminishes the pain and increases the suffering of real victims of racism, and false cries make others not believe the actual victims, or think it's not real, or as bad as it is that they're exaggerating. That treated like a black woman comment with matching weeping behavior by Meghan is very confusing to me. What does she mean? That she hated being considered black? That she managed to be white until she married Harry? It's only just occurred to me she's playing into the stereotype of the angry black woman. She thinks that's how the UK sees her. She is implying we are stereotyping her. We don't. We see her as a narcissist, end of. She has been called things that are usually wrongfully aimed at black women in general, but for reasons of her actual attitude and nature. I didn't know she was mixed at all. She sees people every night on the news shows and in print, each shouting and raging about how they're right and the others are wrong. She wants to be on those shows, to be groveled to, and asked her opinions and seen and listened to by millions. She wants control of that prism. And to stoke the tribal wars further to stay in view, because fame and wealth, with the power that comes with it, is the name of her only game. Race and gender are unimportant to her other than a means to her end. She cares about neither, as her morals are far different of normal human beings. As a narcissist, there's only room for her at the top. The problem for Meghan is that she's never amounted to anything. She's never succeeded. Conning and betting a half-wit prince took a certain amount of strategy and perseverance. But where is the intrinsic value? Where is the real success? She has experienced many, many well-publicized failures over the past 3-4 years. At some level, she fully knows and understands she's a failure. She knows she's mediocre at acting. She couldn't pass the civil service exam needed to venture into the world of politics. She may or may not have graduated from college. She never ventured into postgraduate studies or law school. She never excelled, never achieved per worldly standards and metrics. Yet she has the ever-present sense of being a nobody, so the quest for attention is ever present. Her only viable means was by marriage or selling herself, which she's done. But power continues to elude her. She briefly had it when she was a member of the royal family, but because of her personality disorders, she abused it and therefore lost it. So she constantly grasps for the gold ring, hoping now to find money to achieve her thirst for power. But that eludes her too. The thirst for power, and to fill the empty void telling her she's never really amounted to anything, is why she demands to be called by a title, no matter how silly and meaningless that title is at this point. Meghan doesn't get that people don't like her because of her character and awful behavior. She has to use race as an excuse. Meghan preys on the empathy of people of color who have experienced bias. Many didn't seek facts before letting their emotions lead them to back Meghan no matter what. Now more black people have woken up to her race-baiting and trail of lies. Most black people know someone like Meghan, the type who doesn't want anything to do with black people until it becomes profitable, for PR wants to use people of color as support animals, or they've messed up and their coveted white social circle has rejected them. Meghan has been found out. She is self-hating. I've known lots of multiracial people who are secure in themselves and proud of their mixed heritage. I've known a lot of them who, because of work or school locations being predominantly white, had little or no black friends. The biracial people I knew in that social situation didn't go to the lengths Meghan did to alter their ethnic features, or would not say that no one ever treated them as black people. Not even the ones who had fairer complexions than Meghan and had straight, fine hair. She spent the majority of her life in white spaces, with white friends, and white colleagues, cock-riding white men to further her career. She had most of her original features altered to look more typically white. That's a choice. She made a decades-long choice to devalue social relationships with black people until it became profitable to change her social circle strategy. It's obvious. Amala was very forthcoming in pointing out Meghan's poor mindset about race. She just uses it to become a victim and gain support. I hope she realizes that soon nobody will comment on anything but Meghan's behavior. Race, religion, food preferences, etc. does not matter, only how she behaves and the lies she tells. Finally, things started to change when she opened her mouth and when stories started coming out about her behavior and the general weirdness around the wedding, and then it just got worse. And now everyone has realized her fakeness. The old method will not work. And you? What do you think about Amala's sharp words? Do you agree that Meghan is just using the race card to serve her agenda? Don't hesitate to discuss this with us by commenting. My views may not be perfect, but I would be happy to receive your comments. And if you like our videos, please like and share so YouTube can recommend similar videos. If you want to receive notifications about the newest videos, please subscribe. We will be back soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.